dwumadie ho na yenda saa de we nche Ghana fo nyina come on. Minkah we na me tell say saa nimde na ohwe e ba nsantwe adwuma yi ene radio so adwuma ni TV so adwuma yi e do kon wunya wo beje bi ba ho ntete no wuni bi okọ Aya Media and Professional Institute me Kwame Minkah me dom ye ni abre ye ho asi wo say ye de saa ntete e be ma ho e wo Aya Media and Professional Institute brani encho TV and radio presenter, news writing, editing and reporting, camera handling, disc jockeying, graphic design, video and audio editing, media law and ethics. Ningina entity aye de ma e wo sono kwan so e wo Aya Media and Professional Institute. Eje kwan sabre e wo eye nungwa kantamanto ye ben St. Michael Primary School. Wo otisu wa wo so wo hwehwe Great Commission Television. Buradan ni mu na kofa forms. Na bra ne entetel. Friend numbers is 0245 001574 and 0500 200033. Aya Media and Professional Institute. Brani enchewade. Well, ebraso minia PSC okra na ohye nkomotwetwe bi ase. Na ni nyina gira ne entia ye ko IMF woni opanya wada Private Enterprise Federation ano na twetwe nkomo. Na osaibo na nra nkomotwetwe na mo hyase free yade kodie we coronavirus ni sunsuanso enya e wo man ni sikasem so eba Private Enterprise Federation e de pa no mo ye e de aboa ye sikasem so nkomo ye to aso wo sabre ya ye kasai IMF enya wura oman yi mu a Ghana mpanifo eni omu ba behia no mo de omo nhihye no abetu dwana ya sase e di hudwuma all because Ghana #1 hwehwe balance of payment ye pese ye solve sa problem no unstable debt position e ka mini ye no esododo ye ntumi external shocks eno ma esi wa mansa nyina enya nsunsuaso e wo ye so natural disasters ni nsunsuaso enya wo ye so wenti na ban se woko IMF banana kodwo bonsu nana osai bonsu e won nsem bia wo yi ano e de kire PSC okra wabra wo je na dwenkire e wo sade hu hwade we mame
Abishafo beba mo nyina akwaba honorable with that constituency ene mekoso ase ne mebo Ghana na fe enema ebetumi aboa timamufo amutie me ofie na mo san hwen no era anopenso ya san ehia bioma ye ba bebo nkomo kaka nkomo ye boy e ade hu hia pa fi se wo Ghana se wo ye obi na se wo te oman mu sikasem me na fe eduane ho nsem na fe edwuma ho nsem no e ade a eda Ghana fo akoma so pa yi asese yi bread and butter issues na kwa ye nsem a ehu ehia pa Ghana ha enisen maba be pie mu e wo opanyi aye nana osai bunsu ne office nana we de mawakwaba e de ba dwumadi so we your friend kan wadwen e wo TVXYZ na fe Dwabo Ase eso na ye kan adwen kwan ye befa so kan adwen na aboa ama o mayetu mpon enti e na ye na menti nana mesa mawakwaba biom
meje so mi wura ne otiefo nyina
yo nana ye da senso se o ma ye kwan se ye no emmo enkomo nana ye kan adwen ababeto bia se IMF ye ko amafo messages awonom e de aba ye ne nana osai bunsu e na edi enkomo adoda ko ganza o Facebook o se ne na ban yi kase we have the many IMF mo kase tiaye nanso ne ade a ababeto yin enim ena fe nana sie do agi kuma nso echebo se we de ase ongo aba nana IMF no na mo dwen ho se ebekwa na enko sesi ejinem eyade papa
eyade passe sebe oda ya so hu nyame sebe obi a ehia wo na sesi hu hia se wo ye wadwuma aban sika wo si yanko pe bia nka ho sesi ya o ma no ebe yemre
ataban ka se IMF enye ema no before say obeba bemu omo criticize the previous government say IMF enye
you be kan no ade me fa nye chinye bi wo kan say na me kan asem na say wo hwehwe ne ho no wo hu say minisika da ho me so me de ka wo ba bi a wo say me kotua ene me wo say me tonua ne ma me kroma ene ma busuafo nti kwan ben so menya sika ne bi ene nkrofo bi ka bibi om kan brofo say homegrown solutions say wo mra ena atwetwe baso na woni mra say ye ni mra a ye betimi de aka say homegrown solutions he said that tax exemptions ya ye kan ho asem ana say change of 30 a tiered tax system ni nyina no de emre ene timi toto ma ne ye na sesi aye ni mre no a se bi ye twa ahwe na kom de ye ye ko saban ka se obekọ a me ye ta na chi se wonko na emum ekwan a wokoduru a obedi ni nkomo no wonfa bosum nsa mafie wonfa ne kwan se be obeya ebeyi nchiremu ni se be ekwan bia so ye de sika no ma wo no enka say we de ye nye wom si menye wo si o ampa mapene so we mapene so da bi
ebi ni he
ebi ni say ebi ska say enkoto adwumafo akatuam sebe obi a sese wo say ebo kosoro aduane kosoro bibia kosoro wo so nso na katua kosoro no wotimi enye sika hwe na busuafo
okay
sebe school feed program yesi jai ubusa say mi jai de na me de hwe school fo no nipa say na wo sika betimi atua school fo no ade nti eno aban beko na me ka brofo bi anopai say negotiations aban nkrofo no kodi nkomo da aban kono no won ne botaye si na ni so eno wo niema obetima ka say we de mo ka me ne mo ya adwene we de betimi de atonche bosumi nsia we betimi de atonche mfie mienu
nti won for flexible terms
won ko no ni wo ni nkomo ni won sika meta na chi ni won fa nya niema wo so aban no a wo de ka aban de ka ma no ne na sika wo de ko no 1 to 8 na aban benye sika na wo de akọ so wantimi an pepe mpensemu anye ni ye na adwuma ampan fra ne wanya mfaso ne wantua foto no aba be ne wanya sika no de aye ena mamenka baako aban ene abofo ka se meka no procure of goods and services majority aban ka se opema na once wo kọ na chi a adwuma ifo nya yagu because say yenya ankasa no ye ni ekwan pii so a yetimi de ye aban so koye we ana yakoye aban so kusi dan we na yakosi aban so kuyi kwan we ana yakoyi ni nyina sika no ba adwuma ye fo ho eba adwuma ye fo ho a no makotua ehon to nti ye ka se aban antimi anya sika no se se ba bia do no mama ne mai ayeden nti obi anso na bosom nti ene de ye be kire asem waba
na time teacher training allowance nursing training allowance abana na ewo ho no twe mo ka se eyade a bite public person den tinka yenyi free no IMF yekoi obetu aban fu senka eno onyi free ho na aban no ho hiaro no fasika no enya bibi foforo anase ene napko
me medro ma yaafo na num nedro nti aban na ekro no nim ba bi ha no nti se we ni eya ono kɔ hɔ a ono mbedinsa wɔ so ono bɛka ho ase ɔbɛhwɛ kwan a obetimi ayɛ no ɔbɛyɛ ɔman yi nti sɛ wo memetra nam ka sɛ wokɔ anka sɛ wokɔ agi wetum
sɛ what the come advice that
kwan mu ni nkɔmɔ na pɛ sika bra kwan a de sika bɛma wo no wo na wobɛgyina sɛ wei yɛ ma me nsa benkum ana nifa na mmom yɛnyɛ ntena akyiri ɛsi enim aban fotuo mu paa pɔtete sɛdeɛ minister of finance wɔ nim no yɛn de yɛ research baako no ɛne ɛde ato dwa sɛ ekwan a de beko a wo de beko akodi nkomo no ehia se obeko na ne ntem so ese wuni emre wo ho ena sese so obi ayare na de ne kware sabia na obafie na o san yare ba ntim fa ne nkobi o san o be san de na akọ nti wo ba ena aka chen se be ma hwe wadidie mu ye hwe wasetre mu ye ese ye mpese obesan ayare bi o eno ne ye de ka sa ban koje no ba o se ntintim krata sa ban ene wuntimi mka se yakoji skaba nti ye boho se nti ene yekoye party ye die husie nti aban wo ba ye mfa krata nto so wuntimi nye we de wokoji ba no se be ya boho ban na ekina ye the homegrown solutions na nkrofo ka no ye de ye adwuma na man
won say homegrown solutions is here
de be me homegrown ye wonye mapi na homegrown solution no ene se be ma misika kina me se na wotwe ne fani na me wabroche ye kone bank fo bi di nkomo ekwan a Ghana yebetime nya bosia na efre ne sen adwumayefo pi etime nya bosia omo kan chen se nana se mo ba besese se opa bosia di aba be bo trim if se ka ye de be ba ma no muntimi ntua ye da ye ho nyeso se hia sika no nti die na ye be no nsuo atwen wo pe na ya hwe se da chi no se ye tutu ne ma ye be hwe se eka se emma ana adwumayefo so omo mre se benya sika ese sika ni ma no mu a adwuma ntimi nkoyie
sese a expert aye calculations say say Ghana kwan fa so bobosia na ya de ano den by 2024 no de na bia ya do more than 80% debt to GDP no bebi a ye kai edoso eduri ebeboa ankurankura nyuma aye wo man mo
ma me nkyere wade ba ko we hiafo woni sika ekwan de benya sika de beye adwuma se we be se obema abosia nti koje na koje afa ye adwuma pa mfaso beba so nti sa ban ko bobosia no edukura na so amfa anya adwuma pa ama mfaso amaso na de ne ekoya na ye bai nti ye ka se ebia 80% of GDP America 110 or 108% of GDP and so mu didi e say ye de ye adwuma ma mfaso baso emu obi ye e de ye adwuma ma mfaso baso me tua ye ka ye de san ko bobosia ko tua ka wo nti ye ka se e ka no eso ne de he
na bosia ya boyi ye de ye adwuma ma wa hu say especially in the area of businesses industries akoye
aban enye adwuma industries aban de sikato they say say Ghana Development Bank Exim Bank we aban de sika shemu ni ehwe se ebenya sika no bi de ama adwumayefo o makobo bosia nom de asom sisi nom de aye adwuma nti no de aban bo na ano menimu de nim se eka wo ho de nim se wo se aban tua na se aban ntimi entua ene na che se kafu di no ano odin nti de ye hwe ne se se so osia ko wo se awiata so ayedin okwa koka semiye nemu ne mra wo om de be ma wo de be ba no yeso ye de mra beta so a kire wo se efich na ekono unka se makoji sika ba ntia ne mumye nkodi mienko ye party ana yenko ye bi
does it to eno na wo kano e kire se aban agi sika de ababa consumption se wo ka se me ma yenko je nka se ye kwa kodi ye koye ho party aban agi sika e de akoye consumption ana
minim ba bia na no de no ko enso minim se ye de ka nti se de adwuma party asanka ni hawo
Numa private enterprises I say aban ma bosia ahodo e de bo na private works no ekoso SMEs nya de hu se aban bosia bo no akoyie agric ene ne akeka ka ho
se aban e bo bosia no ama private sector ho ono de be ye adwuma nti se bi aban ba wo fa ne se Exim Bank wo mo boa adwumayefo na Exim Bank wo mo ekwan om de bobosia e wo fom aban se ne me de boa adwumayefo because it say sebe wo mo ne boy dia won so niema wokoton ne boy bedin and na a friend saying wo mo ebeton so on bebre nti abaye ne saa na nam so if you wish to so eboa na mum aban no ade be ye na adwuma na se anko adwumayefo ho anko ankrankra adwuma ho a ene ma sebe ehun ye din maye e say sebe ye ka se o man sika ni wi ehe na adwumayefo nya sika free bank for so ho sika kwesi menu ni amansa ene wo mu sika da ho nti bank for no oje anya ade akoye adwuma wanya mfaso no san kutua ni wura ne ka na no Bank of Ghana say ne ye diko dunkuno no akwa wo ko bobusia akoye adwuma no wonu wo se me bobusia dunkuno mintimi nya mfaso ene na me nkokora me dafa ako nti o dafa ako so a adwuma no ntumpon ene ye nya biaye ne mu so ye manu bam se ansana ebia yenye ne dunkuno ne ye ne dumienu se kwasi mienko ne se de aba fom yenko je betimi de akoka truck ibi afa ne mafri mampon de aba nkran na sika ba fie na adwuma abam no bi so ye
but ene ade ba kwa ye share bosomi yasi July yasi amanfo bebre na asema wono kan social media no pay ye kenkan bi say e11 no aband buy photo bebre buy from experts say ade a emma meboa se sie aban panyin for kire say e11 no sika na omunya no enshada anye na no chairman for finance committee kwaku kwaten ka say aban hwe na say mboa obeye fro Jerry for the abase say merchant for na nka wo mo disika ekono say wono mo kra send this car 1.5% no be apply e wo so wadwen ye wo say wo
sebe say entintim krata ni ya yenku echi bibia ni wiasa wo ye ne nko yi a wontimi sesa ntiti ahwe ni hu say emoa ye sese adwene
wo as obi a oda pefa no hu say e11 no ebeboa private investor
there be menye say ba ye nche ene enye ye research say they make pensing ye nyanye afi ni eguso ye hwe prenising e honkrata asem afifie ye nkrofo ye adwuma nti enye wie ne bo anopo ne trans nye pensing ne hu say bo a ye tan ba echi ye hu say mo e be ka cha ban say ye wura yi wude ekum adwuma nti no ba say de ye nyanye chesi betimi agina painting yen kasa say meme nana de mepe ana me nkrofo no de omope na emu de mpense mu no e de bedadie chese ekoyie nipa nyina pe ebo adwumaye eno ne de ko na se emo adwuma ya enso ne edeko nti me ka se en 11 no ekoyi na enkoyi yenye ho nkrata asem
okay nana osebo nso eye panyina wada private enterprise federation ano oda ene ne bonkomo ene anope nana Akufo-Addo ewini aba no as president elect one of programs our call eye momohamoto onsa friend no e mane by ahampo ena wo ball Alanche Martin din say ono ne be any trade minister alan performance who ni saying one district one factory one village one warehouse nesa one district one warehouse nesa industrialization drive no
yeah de yen kan say we ya na we nye ho won faso ma aban na aboa say e de adwuma aba aboa say sebe e de sikaba na ekwan ben so na ye ya nka bi be ko nani ma na nkonami one district one factory every minister emra no we minister of trade ewo owura Akufo emre so ena antumpon anase fiti as PSI ena sisi aba ade one district one factory enwuma pi aba pi eye adwuma ni nyina ewo mfaso yenyan huni na se ni nyina ni mfaso ekwan be so na ebetimi aya ebetimi afa ne ntuma pefra ebetimi ama sebe adwuma no etimi aye ni yie aba ba mu so enuaba egu enwura mu a sebe airpro brepro ko bia ni Ghana any brepro ne se enuaba amka mango papaya ne bofre ne ade ni nyina no ba bia titigu e bia na yakofa ba bi ma hu se achimkwam ho obi ye ade pe a wo ka abomu a chese enu betimi akoton na manane nti one day one factory no eye bibia meji se ye hwe no ne boaboa no ya e betimi aboa na yen yemra wo kan se president elect 2016 ye de no ba ha no ne pese ye hu no de to ewiase man nyina yenye bi da wo Ghana se me Nana Akufo-Addo me be di president say ni meye say ni meye ama adwuma atumpon yeso ye ka kire ne sisikasem adwuma yefo e de eta wo sisi achi a wo de ye adwuma e wo soro dodo enti wo ba ma ne konform ye hu sisi sikasem e maasa mane no so eni atimi anya bia ye e na sebe adwuma aban eye a ye kofa nkrofo fira amanone no ma be no ma fasika no de ko ma Emma Ghana for sisi ya no ye ni speaker ko si asande atu enim se ye chemu wo ha aban adwuma emu aduosia no ye mfa ma adwuma eye Ghana for dia no me ya sika no ba mfa so no ba atena krom ha nti niema ye de to president no ye de to na ni emre no ena ye won so jeba ena o kan se o be
nti emu ne he na waye
mu de ye hu se ni yaye bi ye hu se sikasem e wo soro ye hu se ye de ye chichem aban enwuma mu wo ha emu aduosia na emu aduonu kra ye ka se we de call Ghana for ho ye hu hi nti no de ye kan no se be wo jeba no ebi afi na beba dia ye hu hi
we aka mfie mienu na Nana Akufo-Addo ne bra amamra no ema no na aso na 7 years ana 6 years won fa nye ya wo jide se aban no betuma yansa na we free so because we me ba ma ho picture na wona na kasa a che se o ka asumusem he de aguna sum wo jide se obetuma ya
tietia ne botoa se no a wanya ebia no wo pa na hodin ena ne ekina wo de aye
eye mra ewa obetumi de aye
emra wo mo obetumi aye so eye ade
da
wo da wo ko ma so se pese
ubo ekire no e ka aka no
yes ye de emre bia ene on be hia bia di nkomo bia ye ka se okobobosia be 20 something % interest rate no enya de eboa obia esebe ema mfaso ama adwuma no nkosoro adwuma nkosoro a yemfu obi nka ho a foto no so abanya nti de bia ye ka nti ene de na me kan se me de me mpa ba se onye nti ontimi nye
ade ba ko pain ade ba ko ben na da wakoma so sesie ya opese aban sum dendenden na oye ho adwuma wo Ghana
aban adwuma bia wo ye bia wo chemu wo ha aduosia enya adwuma ekọ Ghana fo adwuma enya ma no ne adwuma obi mfiri baabi emaji sika no san fa nkonachi ena tax exemptions ena taxes hwe wo ma exemptions no amanone fo no ba yemtua na yenye ti ha ketiwese fo no ye ni yetua eno de enye fe nti tax exemptions no ye be ya ye se gise Ghana ni adwuma ene amanone de ne kabom ana wo mu ye ene ekoye na no wo di ama wonom mfaso no ba na ba ye nyina ho ena ebusia ye de ye adwuma sika de ye adwuma se binyame ncha de a me ena me twero the 30-year pension scheme I friend saying me twero no long term savings ena pension for no kabo mu a ye de ai 30 no ne yesi nti na me twero ne se ye beboa sika no na adwumayefo ankrakra adwumafo pesika wo mu akogye bi no mo de aye ena nyame ncha de saa amre no aso na me san twero venture capital ekoye adwuma wo ha beboa ekwan bi so edi nyansa ho wa awie ni ade bebro nti wenya sika no a ye we so di nyansa no beka ho ni aye na ya friends adwuma na twumpon say pension scheme no ye de to aban stocks ye de to aban bonds adentia enya aban sika eye ankrakra wo eni ama ne kwesi eni ade sika kakra mo pension mo de ato eye private sector sika enom de ato ho ade ne ye de koto treasuries nko nti saa ne ma no ne pesa aban esan ko ne nchi opma da banks no ko hwe na chi se ade ayeyi eye eboa ade ne bema adwumayefo enye sika aye wo madwuma ebeboa wonom ama wo madwuma akwa animu ama mfaso abom adwuma bia ni wiase wo mpemfaso aba adwuma kra wo pemfaso nti se mfaso ba mu yetimi ye ni ye na mfaso ba mu nti ase na ema ya ye ntena se ne ntiechi mu na nti ase nya adwuma na kwan bia ye de beye no yetimi anye ni ye na ese ye ntimi nkoda bia ye koye ni mienu ni akoyachi enum ye koye ni mienu ni akoyachi enan dabi apamada avance sa de enye ni ye nti se no sa ban ko IMF no ko ba de obeba IMF no ono mo kan ye bia oti ase ode ban yeso ye friend krata ntintim ho se ene ye nko ho se bio ye nko hurusie bio ye nko di agro ene wo soso ye wo be ye bia je so ode tudwa ne ko parliament no nyina sensanse ma na nanom ne mpanimfo ne ade nyina sensanse ansa ne watumi e se sebe yesika no a ekro no ha adwene
yo nana ose bonso eye panya wada private enterprise federation no na mene no ebo nkoma na no pay waka na adwen e de akira ban se aban ebefa na ebeboa Ghana fo watu na adwen kama pa e de ato se ye nkoso na ye mo nkomo bowe nim se beto aso e wo trotro mu wo taxi a wutimo wo fiefie ma kwankwan nu yase ne mo offices ye nkoso amon nkomo na akopim se benya Ghana ye pe nana ose bonsu wono aso e na ye nkabom hene e wo asantemantem asantemampon se eho enso e na wo ye wo hene wo ho a odi nkabom hene enso wo ho nana ye da asesa no pe one ye e kasa ye
e wo ka se mama me kwana metimi nsema cheche madwene kaka ye man ni adwuma ye fo wom so bibia betumi akoyi ama ye
nana
tira emu do we adwenkyira sempanifo a wo Ghana amofa oman no betuma akona ni PSA nkomo no ye fancy wo ho a etina nyame ncha de wo ha sei na wadi nkomo wo nana office die wasa ba studio ka wadwen mremu a na ewei e wo Dwabo Ase wo power 97.9 na ye ba be bibi tew according to Ochrebefi IMF one yankora ntotofe we bi no mo ba be kire Ghana mpanifo mofu abodwesefo dwene ekwan on befa so atutu omusika asem yie na question is e dia kura nti ene ye ko IMF Ghana for nankasa no wo madwe nkire wanamo a ye tu a ye ko IMF no dia hoye bia me pese ye de ani ekire sisi branza na no messages ni bia ba Alhassan Mesuna hwe fitem o say the Akufo-Addo Bawumia led government are scammers. Their actions and inactions clearly to scam the IMF are clearly to scam the IMF. You are yet to meet IMF delegation for negotiation, but before that begins, they are already shouting they are receiving $2 billion. This incompetent and show of arrogance is why we are here. Alhassan Mesuna a message or the no Godwin Agbesi enra na na yere Mrs. Agbesi edi ni birthday o man happy belated birthday no ono so ehwe etie o say ene de eja no anu odem pa well eja no ye fancy wo because senior hosia o ye CEO Emma Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors watwa asem tentente be PSA e de ebe wuram na fe wache e normal hodo a ekokko so wo Ghana wa bra IMF enya ba kurom ha woni ye mpani for ebesha PSA waawo chafa wo dwumadi isu nie ene mama wakwa abai
mejo so me aso me wakwa aba
ah me so me me ho so e wo Dwabo Ase o power and I so TVXY but PS yenko e chikaka asa ne yede temamfo abem yemie fo lan se betie de amanfo aka yede bi edi nkomo ya che agu afidie so enti ye krado e ma sa clip no but asa na no PS e die penti wati aban mu mpedefo e die pa ni omobota enti a ye kwa IMF.
Okay, eti Ghana ban no neti a omoko IMF edisa enkomodidie we nyina abane se oman bi obekwa IMF na se akwakwa eti se wo yare se yeti hei wo unam sa na odufia mitimiti adechen ya na wafo na ho ayehye na fe utumi home ese ko hospital ukodu hospital doctor diagnose wa na fe wo hu yare kwa ha se o ebia malaria nti malaria ni de do we na beboa ba utranye na wa nkwanko sa yare nkitenkete ya eta ko OPD na ekoye yare bia organs ni bi na problem aba esese wo mo hwe wona wo mo ka kye wo se ade we a wo pese wo ye no sesia no ade ni ne cholesterol e na akosoro anase bia srade na doso nti se wo te srade no so anase be akwakodu akoma no bo peri bebre dodo eti enuane we enam we te so ne ade eti hospital de okodu a malaria ya ma wadu a ya beka to se wo kwa that treated
in this case na IMF na hospital no
yes a hospital na Ghana ban no eko eti sesia no number 1
ku a ye ka ho bi
eyeku a ye ka ho bi eti sa wo hwe a neti a Ghana aban betuma ko IMF ni se mostly no sa wo ye oman na wo ho na se bia o balance of payment no ya na nhyeda nkoyi a te se wakwa akwaje bosia but bosia ese okukotua na bia bosia no all the wo salary akwa akwaje ya se bia bosumi bia no obetua bia 1200 and say bia 1000 but utua 1000 na fe ho kyerɛw nti afse o sa akɔ for renegotiation ase ne motem na edoso dodo nti bia monsa nti so biom nti se utua balance no ayeka no se so a na se betuba ka kyerɛ se 1 year na ye de ma wo na 2 years so ebedu na onya nkyɛn
no de na de sa de ne ba usika sam tutu ya wunhwe ni ye ena de sa de ne ba
yes no edo so ka ho bie na sa Kwame sa otu na sa oye adwuma na bosome so na bia yetua 100 cedis a 100 cedis na sa ohwe na hunu se wo fie expenses a obeyen embro 100 cedis enya bro 100 cedis per sa ukobobosia eti ukobobosia na bosome ne nya nso ye na we no kra wonya ntia ti say fan say ti say 100 no bosome nso ye bia 15 na wasa ukobobosia another 100 na wadi 2 months salary wadi no within 1 month enso ye na wasa kwaji 50 cedis 250 obosume mienu ne fa salary wadi no within 1 month ti abane sa babo se aba nti obetu nkompo ahwe wechi no na ka esumo onye kaketwa nti ese opo obi a wonim sikase mu ntote na o chere so okay first no nka odidi 3 times a day nti afi de te so anopa odi breakfast a ewia ya no munsuo na afi
let us wontumi nhyɛ wo so wontumi nhyɛ wo boa mo ahyɛ wo so good ye to so mienu unsustainable debt position say bia usika e ka wode no na ebedru mra ese utua na wonya ntua nwie no na ese ka no kwa na ekosoro na ne etoso miensa etibidru mpembe so akobobose e de betua ka no
aha ukobobose de betua ka waji loan wa na wasa akwa ko jibose na bi se bia oji loan 200 cedis na untumi ntua nwie na wasa akwa ko ji another loan e bia 250 na otua 200 na 50 aka obotom eno so boso me ne nso na wadi ewie ne nyina eye problems a abai ye sikasem ntoto ye bose aye boy a na minority for ne experts bi kana womo chrem say aban na ntia ene nyina ekwa IMF no one of the issues no and na ade ba konso no so very important say hu ni say external shocks so e kan be external shocks bi ni say Ghana ha ye ne amanfo edidwa ye say ECOWAS ye to be didwa ekrose ye Ghana ha say ye kra koko e de ko amanfo edwa so ye fa value nkan koko beans na ye hata na ye de ko na gold nso ye ntumi refine na ye de ko but betu ba drum bi ti say for instance na say ne enema si koso ye say galamsey no mercury na e consase no ha adwen nti o mafo a omunim de wo krayo ma ye research bia ase mercury ne enubone na ye de ye galamsey enya mine no galamsey na ekokoko mu no ebe kakra ne bi bewura koko abanum ti abane sa na o ma ye ton koko mu no betuma aka twom se Ghana koko kra ye mpebium eno ye example of external shocks eti usika wo ye calculation say nyankopɔ boa ko ton koko afaso obenya no sa afaso no hwem na twa nti eno no eye niam ni bia betumi de wakɔ IMF
but say external shock no betuma resist ya usika sem fapem ene be kire eti say sika sem fapem no enyina yi a enframabɔ na ebo a ebedwi dan na gu eti ohwe Ghana ye situation number 1 ye ka no ye tumi tua ye jiska no so a says all the koye dwuma na amfaso ba no sa amfaso no emba ni nyina ka obi na ekɔ na external shocks nso betumi de aba but in this case external shocks no global economic recession I say na say
economy no amount for my so and
in 2008 okay
good yes
the same things
the same thing and
a global economic recession
one no more e dey link almost all the economies are almost struggling nyina no e dey link COVID-19 no because COVID-19 time yen century adwuma ye be kasa na eko but nkrofo bi ho mo production one no produce vaccines ebi mo produce nro ebi mo produce drinks ayenom ebi eko rice emo wo mo produce because ya don mo na we say so ho na dey do fa ho na sa na mani nyina akate ye enti wheat production say enya dia eko so be fertilizer production because no be atifie nya de enti abane sa no ye nipa no so ayeti wi ase no COVID-19 ni bae no yanya edidie yanya edware yanya eduro no enti niama na wono masum esum warehouse no yeyiyi a ebi nsa meka ho enti esan ye no na esi wo ye kwakra foforo na esi wo ye krafe na ya start production enti production na ya ye no entume nso wi ase nyina enti e kan obi more money chasing fewer goods enti natural disasters no eno so e kan obi a COVID-19 enti so okeka niama we nyina boma
eno ne be nyina so enti a
ena ye nyina so enti a ama Ghana ban eko IMF
ya wa mama hodo obi a sabra ye kasa omu nyina akọ IMF ba ye de anima Ghana fi se Ghana ne ho ena ne aye bobo ho ye eno ma abeba enam so enti yakodru IMF ensema empanifo bi e wo Ghana e kan ye ansa na ye kọ IMF ebra ye kọ IMF somewhere in 2015 ensema omu kan eno na yi omu fidie sabra ye kasa ya eno so ye enkomo Bernard Oduro Tachi a wo ye chartered economist so ba afezo owura eye kodwopoku wo ye energy expert ono so beba ono so peso ogina so frank ni ema MPP amanyo kono ye o ne tenasia ye bedi sanko but before then Ghana fo bi nso akasa ye ne o motwetwe komo o ma che o ma dwen afa IMF koyi a ye koyi eni se ni o msi hunu no we no mo kan
asama edi ehi o man mu IMF sabra ye kase den kra na ma IMF yi aya asem sonko o man mu sisia
okay IMF na se Ghana yakobisa na dia ma wi no aye to be ni kasa okrumo bia kam ni se aban wi ni ba no she Ghana football se Ghana you is kite discuss na ban etwem no omo use Ghana scan basa so no do ba o discan bi bibia ma Ghana e men kofo kwampo emle mu ye din kofo kan se onko IMF for se omo nko IMF da tie bla ye ti se omo ko IMF na se de omo afili akwese sebi omo afi na omo asan e sedi ana omo atinte so bu fom na omo asan etafli omo ntesu tie aban de wa fili Ghana total na me say nka se de mi hu aban ne de so de MPP aban wi ekujina empo no se omo sa epo enton eni empo no nya ne to fili kwampa na aban wi e be boka because omo fili omo nim hwe because bibia se as de omo confused omo hu de omo ye tin IMF ne de enya ne ko ne ekonu na se de aban ne be kasa ye no na magana fo ehu se no aban wi bibia no mu
no ni hani efe hu agi ake ni bi ni ameke wo akeshi before na ni ameba ya bi ane fe ansumwa amemale medenche bi ane agbene sande e abla mekwe because wo ye mane mi na meke wo akeshi ameya IMF si wo ye sky bi ene wo den to wa nyi wo fi wo ni bi but now maba because when am a fe ansumwa amemale yes no bi ane shika ni ameke shika ye bi ene ame shika fenta no bi ane no na meke wa gashi ame ya ajeme IMF no na me ya bi ane but they should come and tell us the reason why they are going there.
Oh, IMF ne dey atete wunsem bebre na mom de emma menyin tumi de meji tum ni se abra na kufa do mobile power no ma yete asese IMF de enya de aye be na nso so yetete hu say ye be ko ye nko ne mom de misuro pa ne say ye be ko yi restrictions bebre ba be to ye so they say ebetimi affect we health insurance and na say napkofuo ana omonga san so be san ka say because adwuma kran ka say ya enhye da ni ho nti so omo kwakwa ye side we nyina aho kire no ebeba momu de nti ni stress if e be possible say ebetimi yiri afa ho de ya enka sika kakra na ye wo na omo manage ni sa na ye nko because e de aho kire kese pa na ebeba
o to me and ye sika no wa ka wa afa enya wow o sane mini wakpa ya kura third 11 no so no akonta sika no wona ne sane afi akonta o jogba no le na ka sika afi
wana no kokokwa koye
wonu shishiagashi ake IMF ba ni agbena IMF arwali ake ba tun ha wo wonu shishinu wona na agbena won ake 11 ba fitahi hani ni bi fe basa bibi aye basa eti e pamucho mu hwe maye because I had to say edumofo no betra fie ni tu le fe batra hia office ekola ahement 2030 enye pay me because of IMF neighbor ni 11 we be ba fitahi mi pamucho I had to say nyama moye din pa o hwe MTN say no nkofo bebrebe ba fie because I had 11 no end to me nye eduma this year say ye eduma pa dia or say ye yi ba kun free mu na ehun toye because ye yi ba kun free mu dia ye hun toye da sa na ehun betire ye or say yi ba kun free mu agie ko ye mi ko ni wo he ajowo agie ko 11 ni ba na abagie mi agie ye mi na bagie IMF ye mi agie ye mi because asande kwa agwawo no we ajowo waka say say oba obema oma yenko IMF but ni efi say bia oba say de okan no obeya maisa but obedru ye no enye sa na waye ni okan say obeye no wa anye ne sa enti wama aje ne mana aje ensem say akobasa because ni nyina ye wo trust bi woni mu say oba mane opese o de oka say obeye ni nyina oba mana abamu sa but oba ye no anye ne sa amaye ye ni
Dwabo Ase ni power 97.9 afenso TVXYZ botie Ghana for mo ankasa mo nuanom ye yerenom ye mama nom ne ye janom macho madwen wo IMF kwa ye kwai na ade ba kwa edan ho de ye so clear and very instructive PSA. And it says, "We see Ghana for no much of my journal." I say, IMF come here 7 year chiwa be at the 10 be at the jing time be. And then I go for Saudi. IMF called and can say that in your bonnet. I to say, we are na utifie we say DDA Dianepa that treated mosquito nets mu na one yare hospital. It dey be aya sa ebema obana hu say hospital call enya de papa. It is say wo papa no we yare. Na fe obehwe na utifie at branka bia obetuma ko hospital na ya hwe na utifie obewa ne se da kro na wetwa hwe na the ambulance real obanwe ka say but daddy said say yendidi ye na yenda treated mosquito net na yanko hospital na didn't know ko hospital ndi asaba ye kan
eti say wo kire mu ye say I hospital ko no enye bone utumi ko for check up but so one that ye mosquito net mo na wan didi ye dia obeko hospital na na kufa do oba prior to the 2016 elections no odi joma ma by that time e ka say IMF kono ya dia bone se unni sikasem ntoto ye hu nyansa na ya awoko ho eti se utie conversation ya Ghana for ni ye kan a obisi ya se omo ba say IMF ye bone nti e de no omo ko eti omo wo ho kwan se wo no mo e kasa MPP for ma ye hu se ye bone but se si ano se wan kwa IMF a ubewu I saw yare na onim se yare we the one hospital ubewu na o say hospital ko ye bone nti ubewu enti no na senyo o si ka se abai na ya dey se woko no senyo o si bulk oil distributors for one penny when the CEO for Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. So a true article, you know, say abai no yes wako IMF to give Ghana's economy a chance to survive again. But IMF kono ye kwa kwatene yes ye penny for na wo no mo di ani mom ko negotiations no. One month say that wo mate da I to say utwika na uko speed pa na onim say nipa wo krom na wo 100 kilometers per hour ubebo nipa yes wunimo wunim but it wasn't penny for no enye COVID and now Ukraine Russia war in the day Saudi we yaba a reckless borrowing sir or say any Bank of Ghana issue or say we know or say it is primarily a fiscal issue which lies right on the table of Kedufo.
Sa concern where you be raising wabra ejakojopoku energy expert say obi a wade sin ani so person e frankatuni e ma MPP amanyoko no e na fe so Bernard Odro tachi we chartered economist on so ofia ye ba be this sankomo no sisi but before then Power 97.9 live yanko na Ghana Christian University College en komode de bia wo ho no ye famra mu sisi e but live on TVXYZ and all be sisi and I feel so a year I'm a JB Moon Seminole, Yanfantu when you see a yeba.
ene yeba ese ye ne hawkers eba na ya benya experiences a omo so enya ewo omo adeton mu so far mekita brodo for more than 45 minutes menya obi amananto and this situation na omo femu abrini abribia na ye ne wo ache send ye won tebia anase won amane a de bia wo femu no etie se traffic beso a emirika tente ene se odi dwane eje wo krankwa we se ne hu ye no ene de anti ekua daadaa no wo fe mame ntwimpen no na mene no endi nkomo na yehwe ewie so a ogina se nsuo beto ode nyama begu he na de sample aden ene obeye start ejuma we ache
oh be pacha ache
be how many years
oh be to say 18 years
18 years ena wegina kwan ho anopa ewia najo nsuo ewie mu
majan asa because e ba eni adwuma bi ayeye we aso me de hwe me nkwala no atime hwe no ss wo se adwuma we
ya ho tissue ya ena brodo no
first na me ton brodo na me ton tissue ti mati me da hwe nkwala no for ss amo na bi woni na ko school anka ti me for sa adwuma no ni ho no mentimi transesa I was saying many adwuma still nkwala no nhye da nya adwuma bi anyeye nti no so I was saying mentu aso say metima kakra se bia mepa adwuma ma wa na metimi aside do no akọ school biem enu nti na dia mam da so ewa ha
mfie du nwotwe a wogina kwan hu no I'm sure car de bia etwem nwusi epiefi car etu eba no ma yare bia okọ hospital
oh me ko hospital na ma yare se because ya na yesa na ya ye nko ba bia saa nwusie no eba no
se wuse ne untumi hu because I am frama
se on se ya na eba ye hwe se car no to no nwusie no ho bebra ya nko ho enu me ko hospital so an kan se bia yare bi saa ewo ho
na wunsuro car yi se wona mu a na ye fro anti ekua fa brodo bra anti ekua fa tissue bra
because ha no wo ha na onye obi bone a obi ntimi nye obone sa what I say ana ra for na so nim say all the time no ye rush nti ha for na one band wonim say na adwuma ne te to on so to one boss mai
me ti say no bi ka say ma mi di ulemu ade ha mo len so ha
ye ni le no ya no dia ati say obi fi ni ba bi beton wo place no eno ti ya say o beton wo baby
nti mam ho nyina no obi a e wo ne baby o ton ade fa
obi a ni baby
ma je mo store say wo kwan ho
ti say ba gina he say so obi gina nka beton wo me he ya eti so be gina he bi dia so pese me dia no beton what you say ana wasa obi a wona ntimu obi a nim na wona ntimu ade odu ne ho aso no ni ho nti so obi beton anu so ato ama
na eya omo nkom ho ntokwa nketenkete
ende yankonda because ye nyina ye nipa baako
sisi ansuo a start e beto onyame wudi go himfa adesan nsuo beto
bia ye digu ene nsuo no so to so ba bia ye nyina ye bekwakotena ebeti a ye besa ba anti so e bekofie
nti bebe adigu no utu aka ana wa stop fra wa ye
tuaka ye high residential enti wonti mi fa ngogo bi fie kwasa efie bra no mpre ti bebe adigu no ye tuaka bosom
ti bosom utu a rent wa ha saying
oh nya hin bia maji 10 cities because ono so hu ye mobo je se bia be yira
o ba kwan ho a eya unya aduane di
oh aduane di ye na ye ba obi a de aduane fi mi fie eba every say ha na residential nti wuntimi nya obi a o to aduane nti obi a fi ye fi la pass na eba ti ye ba ye beto ye aduane
nti de bia o fi ni boy town eba ha o bedu ha time ben
oh me da me man town ebi ababa say 10 11 na maba
no upon time ben
no the time no and I'm so traffic no and opa say yen try dey say mi mere ti no so bi ababa 7 ye nyina yakọ
nti o ba na omba na odi omudi wechi ba na onkwa na oba
me man do onbakọ djuma no ko legon nti na ma wano pon oba bebo me kakra
mo ne mo maame na eye adwuma yi adwuma no mu hu ne sen eya don't you get scared cars na twetwe mu ni ade no
yeah, I used to it.
Why are you used to?
And like line me, I used to it in no. The obvious run say be a motors no. And obey a she.
How long do you want to help Omame AS Ejuma?
Say, Nedmo for become Ejumana and Opano, you be jai.
Once Rebecca say, Oh, my media or Tondi or Quine, but more defali winning, not just to help her business grow.
And one else, see, Edico school in Sino, and say, everyone.
Now, we are Juma wing.
Ejuma or Lego.
Lego Nefa.
UGMC.
Where they were.
They are cleaning one. Until you put one eye about a boy, man.
Wako SS, we school, but we near Juma Yenti. We are cleaning our leg on UGMC. Open one up, bedtime being.
You're pon 10.
Now I bet boy, mammy, to what time?
Till 6 o'clock. And you may. Na ya pon.
Nti no hu ombai se omo bo a nkrofo ma eye ade foforo na ombai no ene mba ya bai no na address na kese ni etire stars akese ba omai nti sa hu omo sa de na odwen fa
Ya na me de brade asese se na nkrofo ma ne timi ya basabasa na me ma na anye sa me da asedem nyankopon onyankopon na so na me sa sere ne se ebi ono ne na ma ya na nka oboafo bi abase iwa dwuma bi pe ne kwanim kakra one before one akoto and also sono and come pay. It's a man can be person one begin a come home. That's say we are sending a kakra. The way up from one the swa. A bear send a baby a free subano. Not a fair no giscano. A fan. Test one by one say I mean not a kakra. I'm a one now one also one of
By this year there, Yaman price no corner cost. Until I say me start meeting a fear me wage man by
traffic moana what one dey say if we are bo in suit to o health o dream ho
oh me dream ho pa
nti den o yes say obenya apomuden papa
aden de eden a wontumi nkasa wotina wo eden a wo beton ade mete roundabout Spanner Junction. I wanna mix it.
Oba time be na upon time be.
Oh, me ba 9. Actually, so I bear 5 and a 4 na mkofie.
Nti casa in wusie fi omoton ni ade no. Eko mo ya akọ hospital ko check up. E hwe apomuden.
Pacho dabi.
Dentia.
Miniska me de beko. Nti na me sumintu me yeda me nkwa me nka check. Na me sumi ye duru. Nti minim se bia on do do na me ye no no be ye possible a chine beko hospital.
Plantain a woton no, what dey share ho? Ana wo other dependent or wo share mo?
Pacho dabi. Ono na me je share me ho. E je share me ma me nso. Na me ba.
Ti say office school ba okwen. Wo be gina ha ton ade, wo ba no fi school ba okwen.
Akwala no mo mu dia wo me ma me nchen. O wata krade. Ba mi se ni mi stay wa ha nti onye sika na ofre me na ma asen
me de ni ento
na me say bro na gata market no enye ize sao ebi o ha obeba na opa na market no wo mu nti anopa no metimi ato na enwumre o mu nto ebi so ho so a anopa na e ba ye nto age enwumre ansa
obi se nka mente so ma no 10 series bro do so ye ente so ontu de obenka bete so
Devio, I had the otis mama, or Chino do has a son or pepper or better into the enter mom. It is a price next and son or so on man.
Maybe my bread, I got Zamina crime here.
And also who make a car because yeah, Brian who make a canny a son to us. Going to Minkah between line Musa, obey bread into Brana what not a cacra. It is any yellow.
Me coming. Well, so, I know, any near. Ya ba betum ye ba se ye ba na ye ne hawkers no abetina na ya hye se ne omudwumedie no eti and this a situation na omufemu abrini abribia se omokoba nyina ni se omonam ka ho films a efika nimu eba nyina no ya ade a de bia no omo risk omo life just so say omema wo convenience because bia na wa nyamre anko supermarket anko mo se okoto ade nemum no obeto e wo traffic mu we any juma omudi yehu send yete ejuma no and that form for TVXYZ and Power FM Wisdom Hedejume Amani Boni Airport.
At McDan Shipping, we saw a chance to invest in a logistics company whose technology streamlines shipping operations. Perspectives like this has made McDan the leading cargo consolidation manager. Clearing and forwarding come with speed and dependability. Cargo handling, air freight, transporting, transits, warehousing and bulk logistics. With branches in Africa, Asia, Europe, USA and all over the world. McDan Shipping, your total logistics partner.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Always brave, fresh, natural, eggs, mineral, water.
Still got it.
Always keep hydrated.
Omana Trase with Dwabo Ase or Power 97.9 Brasso. Say, young Como Kessi and Yade Brem and then Comono Yajina Fako. I am a Faber Krum. Bauma Bay, Omosha Amadeba, Kwayako, and ye be free maba, and one and Komaya Babidi. Urako Poku Aye Energy Expert. Sounds here, Nipetito or Dino, as he was say, NPP Franca Tuni di Brano, or Penedindia. Or best delegates any a chita for say on to Abaman or Hase, which then within the as energy expert and also a flag bearer hopeful for the new patriotic party. Koyoboku, Aquaba Mache. Yamina Domiahoye. Sansuna Bernard Odro Techi, and so Ewa Hase Busia for Bernard Odro Techi, a chartered economist at the area of specialization, industrial economics, and I think so financial economics and public policy analysis on also our beauty. Sana dodo na friend dodo na say beauty to say and that adifite make asa me the bobi ever best studio has say na bo no ma hwehwa mi huru wo so ene sa bo na wo sa me de ye den e ma oni enti make asa say beauty betina eye kasa fidie ya so e wo fidie mu aka say Kwame ne ye kika koi chire so Ghana ban ebe ko IMF eti ebo no wo de yɛmfa nsa ekura me nsɛm so mo de wo enya aba IMF o krum ma me ncha asem France na maba kodwopoku hɔ ba o maba enkomotwetwe akɔsoɔ amanfo mu bu ko omo kompɔhwe o machi wo ensɛm a aban mu mpanifo kaayɛ fairness ɛne nia Ghana fo hwehwɛ mame tie wo analysis
dedi kama me ncha watie fo nyina na yɛse batani bia ne gya so wɔ n'akyi about a year ago na many some of my colleagues are in chartered course we are specializing in several areas near review sub-Saharan Africa about close to 18 countries we are financial position the projection ahead and Minkah will kasafide so say economics is political economy. It must be 95% common sense and 5% assumption. But so called the pure economics is based purely on assumption because all other things being equal. But Kwame, there can never be a pointer all other things can be equal. Ain't me must say nipa mi ensan yete hey ye be hye mpaboa baako. Ain't me must say nipa mi ensan te ye be bo tie baako. So say we run a political economy. Na oniama koye textbooks, koye propositions and theories you are bound to fail. Adia baako an MPP aban edi omunya no say they were so flabbergasted about Baumia ne theories ne oratory no. But say we focus on political oratory. Now one the fundamentals you can have all the theories or the proposition, common sense will elude you. And we can say aban way the year commonly is self-inflicted and the government need more common sense and wisdom than IMF. Because common sense better will say, oh run mine, now you're import driven. You need to find a way to make it cut off import and make it export driven. But aban buy you know, and amuntu bebre what to na say ade ebeboa mo cut down import no he fight it. Remember one just example, the sugar industry. Say over Africa as a whole you import almost 120 billion worth of sugar every year. Ghana and Kwano, you import on the average $2 billion worth of sugar every year. And it said, Abambia so basic commander sugar factory. Now our lay foundation was sit down now Obana went me and to us. What it means they say a balance of payment position no, you will still be needing dollars to go out and import sugar. Let's take fertilizer. Every year over Africa import over $130 billion worth of fertilizer to Africa. Out of this, no, Morocco is exporter of fertilizer. We are no free man. Ukraine, Russia, Australia, Nigeria, other countries so exporter. Ghana, adia bako feeding to fertilizer industry. Gas. Nyankopa Ghana do Ghana Gas Company limited. O gas na Kwame o tuaguno. It becomes a byproduct to produce fertilizer. 6 years, young fact President Kofo Ninya oil in commercial quantity. Mills Chemuko, Mahama Chemuko, Nanado Swaba. Yentimi nya nimdie sesa na tedia yenya a whole industry ye de be fertilizer and agrochemical. Enti eniema nka by commonsensical approach. Ye betimi aye de cushion ye currency no sa hoden ni ho. And the worst of it all is corruption. And let me state it on this show. Corruption is an industry for some people. Corruption is an industry. And that is where some people make their money. So for the third general reporter, for 2020 fiscal year alone, no, 12.8 billion went into corruption. Meanwhile, we were chasing e-levy 6.9 billion Ghana cedi. And to ask yourself, say, offer corruption for just a fiscal year, 1 year, no financial year, no, 12.8 billion has gone down the drain. You can't trace it. You can't account for it. But this government was fighting Parliament, fighting the street to get 6.9 billion. Meanwhile, Office of Special Prosecutor, so what means resource 1 billion Ghana cedi, obet maji 12.8 billion amount. And so putu niyama way together. Me who position na yaban say 1, economically no, self-inflicted. 2, yan demonstrating matter of wisdom and common sense.
Okay. But I'm for Kojo na once we initial statement what IMF kwa because oma batao.
Say ene minya nsema wo kano say wakase ye pa meni aji. Because look, since 1966 till now, yakwa IMF 18 times. This is the 18th time I yakwa IMF. Busa honsa adintra. And since na minimi nwe din command sana show ni start here no. adi krontra mi kojopo kuma yi mi ho si wo sem me 2 franc to ni ba MPP na be president of this nation ade ba ko pintra me hu ni say ekuro no ye fapem enye ye day independence my yen from Dr. George Nkrumah Breso no when to me enwie de wo say wo ye in you two no ye two no ekuro no ye lose your way ya until from 66 till now no ya call IMF 18 times IMF omo ba e dey no be my omo ba be kire ye say munye we amuye enye monkati we back munye we no man ya kwa 3 years 3 years no so okay oh my encourage motumi anante we go back to the na ye na e my call IMF no ene document be circulate question and answers from Ministry of Finance me kan ebufuo na me jai kan because kanya Ministry of Finance for no actual say ye call IMF temporarily, then we will now get a good credit rating, then go back to borrowing again. We will now be able to sustain certain things and go back to the near any bill. And the actually say ye pesi ye be sunya at the papa be free ye boom my kano. Look, forget gas ya fertilizer. Agric obisi planting for food. Yes, it's a good in principle when you are planting for food and jobs. But Obimbusa, your great ministry for say, how many acres for the last 6 years have we had? How many farms, how many acres of farms have we done in this country? That's the question. Akakedro, Kasaprekon, no more yen sambi, no more akedro neye, omejai, omarikuntra, omunya akedro nto. Ye wo nyoman kitin bia ibetumi aye wo Ghana ye aban bia ba ase template bi na wo ho e na ompese o me de omu use template here template bank borrow and spend re-engineering ye ko akofa kro no ye bubu bibia bubu fapin no ne ya start from foundation sin fufuro no obi afu say edin dodo because for 8 years no political system na be a matter of enriching individuals, certain few individuals. And to me, you can't corruption as someone. Because that's the truth. A buying 50 kojoho be pemleno. Obi aba de opeso ye any de emre obi apeso be jumadin. The biggest IMF program you go through was the restructuring program. After coup bebre na afi ye call 81 coup e baye no na afi omo aban mu no no munim sie mesie bumai no. So 1983 was a program IMF for no the most longest I call the restructure program saying e be a free market saying e be see ahihye ye nyoma state owned enterprises there be a doso yen diversity so we reform the diversity system. That is when the IMF tries so me change the way you see enyoma. Yanye IMF want to call ya and you call back to enyoma emre enriching ourselves. So today, John Dramani Mahama, if you look at it in the NDC terms, from 2009, 6 years in the administration, we went to IMF. MPP Nanado, from 2017, 6 years, we are back to IMF. The question is why? The way I see your ma Ghana no fapim no enye. And that is why I will be to say me juma. Say look, because I'm a successful businessman. Me ye medjuma na me ska. Then what next? Si Canada Bank ubehu na dollar no eko na cedi no areno. Because some 10 cedis na 5 to 1 na e 8 to 1. I don't longer have 10 cedis. Enti na ye no be say Upa for NDC bra. We will be sitting here again, say yan changing your fapim now. NDC bar will be back to IMF. MPP say we need to be back to IMF. That is the problem. The problem is not the IMF we are going. Yeah, ko IMF nina ye wia e die ben ye beye. Na documents na men who knows our question and answer from Finance Ministry no kire me say. Yeah, ko IMF temporarily na ya san ko back to san yoma na ye na esama ye ko IMF no. Fancy projects are to me afford it. I'll give you an example. One, right now, today, if you ask me, Agenda 111 is a fancy project.
we have hospitals are equipments in it. Your hospitals are Mr. Kwame Sefakan and I taught incubators Emma Womo because you need incubator. But who could see 101 hospitals? What's the point? The existing hospitals, no, they are not equipped. There are some regions hospitals that were Micro Kwabri East. Kwabri East hospital is at a polyclinic. The whole Kwabri East, they have a polyclinic, not a clinic, and there's a polyclinic. Theater umusi no ehemfo ene nkofu me yigiska ekosi theater Emma hospital no omuni ear and throat department omuni nyoma bi enye better say aban ni oska obi wa ko hwe sa polyclinic no na waye ni ye since we kosi 101 hospitals. So to me 111 is a fancy project
and idea bio.
So Minkah back mama back.
Okay, I thought
no, but I've given you an example. For me there are certain things now. Say IMF bar. I'm a businessman, and IMF wants a country to run efficiently, and that's how business.
But answer me, Beba Hono, Mame, Abronya Nafi, one Mame Ochebefi. Sa voices me anyway. Me busa question way. Question is ebi mahwe NDC kwa e call IMF, and ebi mahwe MPP kwa wo call IMF, and the argument being that NDC DNA is different from MPP DNA. Is there any difference at all? A question me bebusa and very for me no nafe omo de omumu aya ba nafe ye drew a negotiation table no wabra IMF and penny for ne Ghana penny for e ba be bobo nsem no e de na Ghana enhwe se de be ya e be di aboa ya ansa no ye de dwumade no aba na wie ye abronya DC Ochebefi mami ti ade wesisi ye
adwena ye di bu o man ni ho elise okọ IMF ko kire se menim nyansa nti mumwa me na memu man.
We're going to IMF for bailout. Do you know the meaning? The meaning is that people don't know. Immediately you say you want to go to IMF, it means that you are going to tell the IMF that IMF, please, me Ghana, I can't manage my economy, so come and help me manage it. That's the meaning. Immediately you say you are going for a bailout. Immediately you take that decision. Then you are going to tell them, and you know what they will bring. They won't bring their expert to. The deputy finance minister was telling me that I said all the IMF meetings they have had, high level meetings, small boys, who come and take the decisions. That's small boys who come and hey, Ghana, do this.
All right, you know, I'm for me and so near Musa a question. Very critical question because about for more a year and common wabra ye didn't come for IMF. If you say MPP kwa kono. A different from NDC kwa okoye in 2015. Me chance for BOT. And so you be done them.
Kwame all die be die.
I say just say.
E wo bia you wo. Say wo fro car na ekonya accident na wu. Na e boat oni ekun a. Na wo fa adronum na wu a. Can we say car nkwansha na ekun ne adronum e different death na. Why the can all die be die? Nyam mapanyina na do. Yanyin tum ofia say ayemefunya kwa awako. The money copy mo IMF management of your economy. And to say NDC koya, yanyin tum say want to turn on your ye.
But to be a difference in him.
I'm coming to it. Yan where oyene to NDC, man economy management or mohchrom. One dum so. And your NDC ne creative dum so. From 1957 Kwame Nkrumah si akosombo dam. Kufo ne beye buika ho. At a point to Bekaya, from President Kufo crowd, the Assurum Penny folk could never be an ear bomb pie since soon talk. Into which say erratic power supply in local parlance a friend of doom son. It was not the creation of the NDC government. But then shut down the impact of doom so on the economy. Obia and created doom so Ghana. Obia catcher will say NDC about created doom so it was inherited. Because at the time Kwame Nkrumah si akosombo near population of 5 million. Kofo na beye bu to aso the full capacity kra na ndis na beto aso. And they should tell you say Dumso was inherited, but there was the need to face Dumso. And to be anfa pen paper na calculated the amount of financial injection NDC they solve Dumso. And Dumso was solved by the NDC. And now you can say no, Ameri ye pese di kokumase. So Dumso was one of the things that affected NDC. Number 2, might be about fiscal consolidation and yamamiensa, taxation, borrowing, expenditure. And as Oba Ghana and so yen source of revenue oil revenue, tax revenue, and other borrowed revenue. And to both say, oil revenue no term biano is determined by OPEC, oil exporting countries in the world. Won't determine price no. And to say, export oil, na price ni shutu kosra, a benefit woman no. Say price ni follow a negative for you the exporting country. And the NDC time will be unchecked. There was a sharp drop in the prices of fuel on the international market. At the point, now call for $69.
Yeah, no, you have to pay.
That was from 2013, 2014, 2015. We'll check here. The records are there. Under this current government, the projection no yema a price per barrel no a shoot to cost almost $120 per barrel. A basa no a wom say MPP ni NDC a pencil your oil. But baako oil revenue a onya no need the confirm. But baako so oil revenue na peja. MPP now oil revenue no cost more than NDC because and the NDC no the oil right plummeted a confirm. And these are fact. And to one who said Doomso was not the creation of the NDC. Oil market pricing in the global market and the NDC no a follow ye. And the MPP arise it. And so for these two regimes, revenue na oil per barrel no. MPP nya more revenue and a basa na unya be a friend say win for. Just a wada and a war so go wenum. So for these two situations na NDC revenue are not expected no. There was a drastic shortfall. Ebanisana, once your revenue goes down, you are still spending. For example, so Martin, now you no kahon, now so do muko school. Minkah say wakatu ya ojini the same to school fees. Enti oil revenue akofam dum swaba. The worst of it all, Obekaya, former President Kufuor Kono, or the single spine buy. Single spine was introduced, but its actual implementation was done by the NDC government. So we had the toll of single spine on the economy. It was way above everything. And in Yama Miansan Feti NDC, single spine full implementation, oil price market in the global scale, doom so. So we analyze the impact of these three things. And the Kahuma NDC expected revenue follow, you know. So revenue follow there. You need something to cushion it. At that time, no so Bekaya. Na NDC bobu sebia no be edi o matem. To the point, sir, Dr. Bomeka said it was a reckless borrowing. There was a need to listen to the call of the masses. And ye nyai bosiane bo. Na yen ko baby ye members called IMF. Now let's come back to MPP. Ma analyze NDC situation. IMF. Let me come back to the MPP aban. NDC aban signing on to IMF and Ankebe ended 2018. MPP buy no stress they should extend it to 2019 and the records are there. And the IMF regime NDC the buy and Kebe ended 2018 no. The MPP begged for time for it to be extended one additional fiscal year. And to wait say economy na MPP managing no. It was managed solely by them from the year 2020. And to one who say 2020, 21, 2022 no. MPP and Tinyam manage the economy. No, must they have the men. Because me call IMF, and IMF has a duration. My duration is supposed to be ending 2018. And I will say there be IMF way, more extended duration when you are and you took it to 2019. At that time, no, let's compare revenue base Abba MPP and NDC in term. For the whole period of Mahama time, lead government to IMF, no. Or any 56 billion revenue borrowed amount. Saudi domestic tax on it was roughly around 286 billion for the whole year, for the whole period, including the tax revenue and the borrowed revenue and the tax revenue. Sike farm Haman Sem for the whole period, no, boosting about 20 oil revenue, no, almost 260 something billion. Now let's come to the MPP government. Within these 6 years, no. Busian kwa 271 billion. Revenue wenya oil any taxation oka ho a 51 point something billion. Enti MPP revenue scarf and nsem no over 500 billion less than 6 years. Mahama sika fan nsem 4.5 years no 250 something billion. But yen hwe de obi ade ne sika ye. majority were concessionary loans. Concessionary loan kyerɛ sɛ ɛbosia a wogye a ɛtumi yɛ adwuma tua ne ho ka. Ebi yɛ den Terminal 3. University of Ghana Medical Hospital, Bank of Ghana Hospital. Saa nneɛma no yɛ ade a sɛ wosi wie a IGF kora tumi tua bosia a wakɔgye no. Akufo-Addo bosia a ɛyɛ non-concessionary, ɛyɛ consumption. Enti sɛ wonam kurom a ɛnɛ deɛ temamufoɔ aka no sɛ Mahama ɛstate ɛna gye bosia toɔ for Pokuase interchange. Kasoa Ukɔ Bunu regional or my polyclinic Maku Nsia and other parts of the country. And Mahama Bosiabono were done for tangibles. Aquine, Cocoa Rose, polyclinic, hospitals. So these are the things that Amma Saudi MPP compare NDC. NDC Bosiabo na is Sano. It was for the physical. MPP Bosia Dosuno. It is non-concessionary consumption. And consumption is never going to come back tomorrow. And so be catch there will say Befi say IMF your small boys no wine in speciality then. And it's IMF your small boys there. I then 1 to 2 near my year. And to fast forward no MPP IMF for airco any NDC there no make me say look as an economist mean to me say NDC angel corruption see when NDC time. Me, I will not sit here and whitewash anybody. The record show. But corruption is one another. Any Mahama time, let's say, asphalt mean for to coin. And to both government, both parties, no corruption see here. Not because I'm here in this into there, no, the fact must be told. Or for the third general reporter, both government, no corruption see here. But in terms of quantum figure, the amount of money of corruption, no, I could forward 1 year. Corruption, no, it can Mahama 4.5 years. Okay, now do we see? Anti-corruption, profligate expenditure, and a wasteful expenditure. Me, I'm for cathedral. But a buyer obedient judges in Kron Adanyagu, Judicial Institute Adanyagu, Maritime Authority Adanyagu, Scholars Secretariat Adanyagu. No, dear, sit there and co-bet him the Jacob baby on you Adanyagu. Sa Bano and LEDA to IMF. Very well, Koyo, I mean, sir, I mean, argument will create win because it appears. Hold on, Mama. It appears to say in all this argument, you know, both political parties, MPP, NDC, MPP, particularly because Omupana Kasapao, Sadi way home, Omo percent, Omo a dine, and you say, as a Omo IMF, no, and no, and Omo fault. But a mama would walk, seek a summon to ya, I say, and I'm an abassa.
Brother Prince, tell the okay.
Obia did who to you here.
Meaning, or start your casa, me bonabasso. I feel now a cobu, no a cofa baby, a hunter, say no, a bear no, MPP and DCS. And some more can you know, correct. I wanted to buy. Me pacho, on the start here. The American is a tear. Ubia beko IMF. Your tibia or woman tra or the core IMF. Wo tibia woman no, what can we do? And chair you can't COVID as someone ubiasi boy. You can't a qua see a meno case air coswa ubiasi boy. And ya no cray. And ya no cray, yan fan to CNN, yan fan to Sky, na yan hang your Mercosuama, Sri Lanka, yan Kwan Krum, Benin, all the countries, near hang your Mercosu. Munina matibi, I mine. Krododwa or Mako IMF for air koji bailout. You are you'll be issue be aware. Media and coming Peseminia ebe ko say sa as the video now boy you know the NDC ko mukoye NMPP ko mukoye no ebabura. Dem babura. Nho kyerɛw. Ekro ne fapem no enye yentumi deep in agriculture. Yentumi deep in local production. Entino de biano ye external shocks no etumi yen. And nuntina every 3 years biano ye call IMF. Because said ye working ye call IMF ye read 2019, 2023 we are back to IMF. So o share 1966 bepemne. O divided by 18 times ye call IMF. The average is 3 years. It is ye free 2019 near Asako 2022. That's the data doesn't lie. But me pese ye free sa in common now opese udino, which is John Mahama ebo concessionary loan. And you know correct. From 2009, 2010, 2011, every year there was an Eurobond. Me boy on country me. Eurobond is a concessionary loan.
NDC Koiro bond once.
Oh, my
once,
brother, please. You make kasa mankasa.
No, but some factual inaccuracies.
Oh, catch them, me say. Nanado, Abo Bosnia said. What a lot of people and go for pin say. Afibiano, see, I call Eurobonda. Eurobond no, oko GD tia, Eurobonda mature no. Oji etia eno. Na udi diakano, aye abakroni. And in fact, say Eurobond that year, Eurobond that mature, let's say 850, and now if you find $1 billion, now koji Eurobond of 2 billion. O the 1 billion each year a car adding a dahwa air mature no. Now o the 1 billion pen adding abba. Dear me kase a crony fapim no enya say a cano ye bogu ho incremental. But a wasanki ye crony ye said they be ya. President Kufuor called Eurobond for the first time. It was supposed to be a stopgap measure. Bibia ye call na yenya oil nintino oh yenya oil first oil year 2011. Enti be two first oil no endru 5-6 years na Ghana nyeska bebre ni atumi atua nsesi an yenko pabusian bia ye be ye kroni ye. Oil ye apasa.
Yeah.
Upstream from your starting year yes all kase Nanado gets more oil than it's not true. We've been doing 130, 140,000 barrels.
Did I say volume?
Oh, see the
I said revenue.
No, but
maybe they were not listening to me.
The Minkah.
I said revenue, not volume.
The revenue now will cano say oil prices. It goes up and down. There are times it's high, there are times it's low. And they, yes, high. But me point is say
revenue no
was true. Yes.
A chain
afrase because any oil and I'm 112, 111 and no correct. But yen share a chrono enemy. Yen share salary, so they all can single spine about 2009 to 2010. No. Let's look at the revenue increase of the country. Yen share expenditure also increased. And they yet the 35 billion Ghana cedis, which is half of our revenue, it's salaries. And now 3-4 years now, so it increases. Every year, biano, we become home. Don't can't me say salaries are not President Mohamed Triano is the same as salaries are any Tria. It's not true. Afibiano salaries no ekosoro. Yet the police, immigration, abanyin jumano, aye political recruitment. Enti afibiano e bi ka ho na ekosoro. It is a bad thing. And no me kan ho asem. Na obetena ha ka say na Mahama high concessionary loan. Look, Ghana Airport, Yentiana, Yekuchomacanium, so electricity. So if Obi Bobosia now is doing so well, I know much electricity bills.
Mahama Airport.
Oh, Massa, it's a new Mr. Minkah. The point is, main Jaisan Komona, we borrow and all, because Obiswa Kasa Semnida, send Mahama de, nine Bosnia or Bono, a Bosnia. It's a fact. It's a fact. Bacho circle, interchange, Dubai. It is kind of the money. Oh, apocracy interji, scabe de mayen. The problems are as when we can TV so apocracy for combat any apocracy kaswa interchange. Kaswa for bebumi. Traffic and what's so has apocracy at kaswa interchange solved the problem? It has not. And 2 times see kaswa interchange, what have you solved? A circle interchange. The designs are now sanke or circle in shota in who ye koso. Enti mama yen nyese obi ye angel the conversation and na ye pese etie for etiase ne say mama yen jai amambu na yebu no NDC for ide dom yen nyina ne nne de obebe free NDC bebe bia no so ofasa kwan ya ye wo fi edi buman na in 3 years time we'll be back to IMF.
But as mama kin get messages kakran sana ya kwa no ma fe
ya kan me de no
kojo okay ya kwa enim messages ahodo aba way free Lillian Veronica Amenya was say good work Dr. Down Blue a message on about say the most qualified criteria for the appointment by the president is to be corrupt. I know your message out about Lillian Akosia Bediako said the MPP government power after destroying and messing up our country you still want to be stubborn. Scrap e-levy now. Ebebwa amaya koyenim. A year or Pierre de Mo Felix or say or Kumase Swame. Also whether e-levy or IMF, MPP as a party will keep fighting to secure victory for 2024. Robert and ewusie message Yoruba say good morning. Simon Dr. Kofi was a good morning good submission by KMP, our next president. And we are Kojo Nsafua Poku. Abe Gordon say good morning. God bless you. And Ataziem was it's a disgrace comparing Ghana to Sri Lanka. And also message at the back. But I say as an humanity being so costly. Now Steve no job training and a deba. Jumedi Ebas on the 9th of July 2022 our West Africa Senior High School was Medina. Also Branian Charles said yes here snail farming, banana bread, air condition installation, hair shampoo, and the keka. Wait my friend number 055 555 9464 and 055 555 9465. Said by Ansano Humanity also a bit me abekao. Afeya kwa say wabra reactions ahodoba. Baby am pese ye ni kire ye da TV sui. IMF enya ba oman mu. Ye ba betena se ye be bobo enoma ye nhwe said by ye sika sem gidie besa abem na etimi agina so bio. Edie na Ghana ensre emprempe ema eye oman. Ghana penifo.
Okay. Kwame, I think say after my submission or say me kan nyina anya no kre but when me disprove ba ko crash anya no kre. One, Mr. Timmy position said the oil revenue, no volume, revenue MPP form on some higher because the prices per barrel at the world market na kwa anymore when me disprove. My son states the doom so was not created by Mahama, but he inherited it when me disprove. The sense said,
we can go into it.
Fine. The sense said, it doesn't matter. Your food doesn't take away the fact. Fact are fact, opinions are free. The fact is that Mahama created him so. He inherited it. Kwame Nkrumah LD man is no. Now population have 5 million.
About 24.
Okay, Makufo creative leader. You can be an expert, but it doesn't take away the facts.
No, what's the fact?
But we also an economic expert. And then see what
the fact?
Yet it's common about Ghana for but we are catching Ghana so economic expert.
I don't go there.
The expertise no
I can't share because I think
we are part of MPP. We expertise no. They know what in the energy sector. They know what in the more.
Man can't share
upon all your expertise in energy no. They know what they are. But point Doomso is coming back.
Pointness.
I'm married now. You for the cook master. Why not they buy? Nyama hammer. Who buy who expertise now do MPP no. I'm married. Jeben what me create. Allow me to talk. Point in here. Asem bien wa me kan ha what me challenge am fat and figures. Me kasa I speak with fat and figures.
Oh massa.
You just talk without giving any fact. Mama the creative do.
Okay, sure. Your fact.
O inherited doom so yente krom ha.
Fact in a way.
O inherited doom so say me I'll fix it. Office doom so.
When did doom so?
Mama face doom so. In fact Baumia in 2016.
When did doom so start?
Mahama must not take credit for solving doom so.
What did
Dr. Baumia live Ghana web check it or say Mahama must not take credit for solving doom so. And to be a one solver they take credit. Mahama inherited doom so and solve doom so.
Negotiation.
The first negotiation is say me. Omon country Akufo say we na charter flight no ntwam. Since Akufo started store charter flight no at $43 million. Since 2017 be pay money, o converted the bag Ghana cedi almost 370 million Ghana cedi. So what is the we convert $43 million US to Ghana cedis? Use rate of 8.2. In what they call me region, Bunu regional. A bit my quite almost more than 50 kilometers. And to me recommendation number 1. And they say a coup for the real now Garno. More charter flight bill. First review number 1. Number 2. Office of Special Prosecutor. You find a budget in mano. Na corrupted amount of 12.8 billion no would only 70% my. Say your money full budget. Na Office of Special Prosecutor to me even 70%. We wouldn't need IMF. Me 12.8 billion also Office of Special Prosecutor. Na many says cano. And the IMF for mobile you know. My recommendation number 2 ni say Office of Special Prosecutor budget. Yen for full amount mano. Na ye mano less than 1 year say 12.8 billion na share Kufuor appointee for ne tono. Only musent. Number 3, Office of Presidency. Staff strength na ohon yen teso by 60%. Look, and now call radio, call TV. na obi abo buy also IMF ba wabano they should place a perpetual moratorium on all non-concessionary loans.
Okay.
So wo ko bobosia maya dansidie se bosia meje no me de ba be yem puntudu me betuma tua ne hoka. Say yetu sa na mo we number 4. Finance Minister, the company a financial arranger for the country. The recommendation is say the commissioner origin IMF ni international. Ni yan kan che ni say the rate na origin o hwa no so mra fam.
Okay.
These are my 5 recommendations.
But I say mama nti won so recommendation. Negotiation
no because sanka ye kan ye ma fa semi o start here ma bona baso afi no start.
But you don't determine what I say. No, it's fine. You didn't bring me here. Please stop that. I'm not your kid.
NDC ba 2009. Me patrol.
No. And you na me ba hunting chame de Minkah.
NDC ba 2009. 2009 ba ye no. Na yendum kania Ghana. Me patrol. 2011 and President Mahama be president because ni ahwe papa atamel.
2012.
2011 okay. 2012 August and I obey president. 2012 August obey president no. Na yendum kania Ghana. Kania dum started 2013. Enti obia ahihete always ba no ni nundum kania Ghana na dum so eni ho oba ye no oye president 2012 or tena ho ye election ekeka kan se obeka nyina no ye call 2012 2013 2014 and na dum som eba pa 2014 2015 and na kania dum eba Ghana enti onyu obi na ye te ye sa asem no me be odi free ba ma Minkah se ma Minkah hwe se ye call IMF a den ye kope ye compare liquidity support because sika e wosanke di bu man you know ede ini ho
did any emprem
ya no be atumi unim se Ghana under the NDC cocoa roads $300 million.
What should we be negotiating
for?
Your time not one.
Obi my can be. Your time not one. Obi to me now kremu no and committee to 300 million cocoa roads don't jaho. No me kase obi na edwa now they will 10 million now to coach Kokoros with sense kind of info. NPP at the Ghana for more because the Nadu-led administration has not fought corruption. It will also fought corruption. Now, Kabila president could do Pukua. And Kabila to me,
Jahon negotiating for the Kojo.
You call IMF for something very simple. You call for liquidity support. The air company say, because of downgrading of our credit rating, to mean call debt market and go jiska. IMF be boyen ama ye one guarantee you be to me edi akwede akọ pay liquidity support I be to me nyeska the cedi no ebre the time bia the cedi no ahoden wo form nti sa liquidity support no be back to shore up our reserves international reserves no shore up international reserves na be ma cedi no ejina ahoden nti the program at IMF in there very simple and I think say we negotiation be content because what we are asking for is not much program one. Most countries pay the same program because of COVID, because of the war which is ongoing. No, we will probably be in this a bit longer because you know how longer war never cost for. And as long as the war goes on, no, we are going to suffer. I agree with him when he said, "Say, you see fertilizer factories and as long as the war goes on, we will need support from IMF to keep the country going. And can IMF need cover the buyer? And I think said right now, no. Corona fund into my pefra. That is the most important thing. But the other main person
effective programs. I mean, programs.
Of course,
that's a free SHS.
No, free SHS.
Planting for food and jobs in the home country.
Listen, what IMF seek to do now? Say you buy move. Say you no can 2019, 2017, 2018. Your IMF and you implement free SHS. IMF doesn't stop social interventions. Health, education, and those things, because it's a good thing. That's how America, government school is free. All schools in America is free.
Okay.
So there's no way I remember catch you say, school for free a bad thing. It's the wastage. Wastage, it's let me catch that will be like in 111. For me, I think it's a waste because the existing infrastructure will be to me equipped. Okay.
Very well. Sibaka Krana Kano or final comment because messages in be about Mamma Fabin Femna, a Femumi final comment. Masha Jeffrey Kojona Beauty or the Apon. Humphrey Nikoi as a was a doom so. Kojo say 4 years mu and a buy and yano cre. And Fred Amakwata was say Mr. K, if you invite me, Also, if you invite me pulling again, I will not. I don't understand this message. You pulling ahead. Oreku Hene say you still defend MPP government. Kojopa. Togbe Emmanuel say please tell the man that Dunso started even in Jerry John Rawlins's apenso, enye JM apenso, and I do so HRC. We a messages Libya about to final comments. I think yes, sorry.
Asema oni pe bi kan mi hu ne se kro no embaburu no also ti o maso no ti asem ye nu nti ne kro no ya ye de ya ye e say obi a hu no NDC MPP
what 30 seconds
muma ye hwe nipa sunu ni nipa na o kasa no na yenti asem a won ka ni nja MPP NDC emwayen
beauty
Kwame yesin so to obi ahwe na dobon ene obi ohwe me Ghana bi anim say because MPP aban ye mampama ban no amount of afuto na besesa akola o se obeja nanan ni say wo hwe me na say wo ye Ghana ni bapa o doman no a communal labor na e be 2024 communal labor of change until baby a wo say wo